Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Outerhaven YouTube channel. It is I, GetSelious. I'm joined again by Will, and once again, I'm joined again by Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hey, good to be here.
Yep. For those who, if you haven't heard the A1 podcast, Richard is one of the newest members of the Outerhaven team, and he had the luxury to hang out with myself and Will to see the All for One concert, the third Hololive concert in New York City. And man, it was a great experience for 2 nights. So I'm gonna make a long story short before we start this recap. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well if you don't want to go live. And if you also arrived to the One for All concert, let us know what your favorite moments are, songs, and/or I would say talent you saw there. But we're gonna go over. It was both Saturday and Sunday, and I want to say the first night was pretty crazy. I was there with Will. And Will and I have a story about how everything went down there. So, not to blow Will up, let's go Will about it. So, Will, I believe, accidentally bought an extra ticket before we were offered the tickets from the Cover Corp, which, thank you, Cover Corp, with a ticket. I was also willing to buy a ticket. I was about to pay a scrapper's price, but it is what it is. But Will, tell your side of that.
So yeah, we're going to that one moment of when I was like, okay, we were hoping to get if the PR letter from Cover Corp or the PR person, okay, will we have access to access to the concert to cover like we did with Breaking Dimensions, and when okay, it was the days were starting to wind down. It's okay, all right, maybe I should just buy the tickets for the sake of it. I mean, and just for sake of insurance. So I decided to buy one from a friend who's currently selling at the basic retail price of 180 at 180 something for basic orchestra seats. And okay, and I was lingering, pondering, should I also get that Sunday night just for, yeah, might as well get the whole bunch. And okay, might as well just be sound to say that. Fine, I'll get it. Lo and behold, the day after we got the PR email, and I just bought the damn tickets. And yeah, I was basically more or less trying to see if anybody wants to buy them off for me, or just I'll market that at a low value, which thankfully there are many people who on Discord, on Twitter, we're selling at a discounted rates, be it lower price, only $40, or just simply giving away for free to fans. So I was okay, now I got this, what should I do? Should I just sell them, see what we do? But in the end, I decided to go and gift them to Matt's yeah, to get this, and as well as also here Richard, because again, no one's buying it, and okay, might as well just give it for free as a gift from our site.
Right. And the funny thing about it is I was there, he says I got the tickets, and then I kid you not, within 2 hours and a half, Cover Corp Hololive PR was oh, by the way, we have tickets set up for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm like, I read that, and I was at my day job, and I'm assuming Will must have blown his stack.
I was are you serious? I mean, look, by all means, if it helps fund Cover Corp, by all means, I'll give you my money, Cover Corp. Everything for Yagoo, anything inside.
Yeah, everything for Yagoo. Yeah. I think the funny part about it was I think it was because it's the timing of the email. Again, Cover Corp is very, very busy company. I don't think Sakara, and it was and we haven't heard from them. I think it was about 48 hours. So for Will's standpoint, that does make sense. If you ever heard Will and I are corporate guys, if we don't hear an email response in 48 hours, that's the panic mode to kick in. It seeps in big time. So it's kind of funny. But we end up sitting with a couple of our PR people, and I want to shout out to Cover Corp's PR people there. They were really helpful. Outside of getting us seated situated, they gave us, for day one, they offered us, refreshments from the concession stands. I got Radio City popcorn, as I posted on Blue Sky, and water, which is all I really needed. And I liked it, jokingly, Josh mentioned on the A1 podcast, he didn't ask for soda or anything. No. Trust me, soda makes you thirsty and hungry. You just need water. If they offered jokingly liquid, I think they had Liquid Death there, but I didn't want to ask. But I don't know what flavors, because
I know Liquid Death was there in Breaking Dimensions, where I recall correctly. I know it was in Breaking Dimensions.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they had it. Yeah, so which that's popping up everywhere. Random tangent on Liquid Death. Like it's like if you go to bars, you can actually go to a bar and find Liquid Death. That's how like insanely popular it is. You'll find it at bars now. And I'm saying this as someone who is a responsible drinker. Okay, responsible, just a salary man. But the show was great. Day one was pretty crazy, pretty packed. There were when we got there and we got a ticket to the wait in line. There were people already there at like I think 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It was.
Yeah. Well, again, they opened at 4 o'clock, and we got arrived there around like 30 minutes before doors open, and there was already like a decent sized crowd in the waiting lines. But thankfully, like the Radio City Music Hall line management went by fairly quickly, if anything else. So,
it was a lot better than the show in Brooklyn. They were just they tech people was consistent. They knew what they were doing. I think the only thing I did not like about the Radio City Hall situation was it's not the people there, whatever, but the tourists or the people who are clearly not from New York watching me wait in line. They see a bunch of anime people, either people dressed in hoppy jackets or normal people like snickering, like they're waiting for anime. There's a thing called. This is why I know you're not from New York. Most New Yorkers, I hate to say it, mind their damn business. Keep pushing. They don't care. Mind your damn business. This ain't about you, B. Keep pushing. Like, get out of here with that, man. Like,
exactly.
Like Richard can attest to this. He's probably seen people go to, and I'm not gonna expose him, Kina Kania in full cosplay.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you go up and says, "Oh my God, what are you doing just full cosplay in the summer?" Keep pushing. I'm gonna buy a book. Mind your business.
Yeah,
that's it. Like that's the only thing that bothered me. People like some weirdo tourists actually took photos like animals. I'm like, yo, mind your business. Like I don't care. Like that's the thing. That's the only thing that bothered me. So this is how you know people are jerk offs or not New Yorkers because no one cares. You may take this is different taking a look, but having like, oh my God, I'm like, mind your business.
I remember like one moment as well. I had that same moment when I was like walking back like one of the earlier I think New York Comic Cons or Anime NYC. Like there was this one lady just basically said like if you're interested in that stuff, your life might be so sad. Like what the heck? It was like during my college years. Like mind your own business. It's just like exactly you, and especially in the tourist section in Radio City Music Hall at Avenue of Americas, 47th Street, is just tourist central, right by next Central Square, Times Square, sorry, and just I was dude. This is New York. You gotta attract the weirdos and all that. Like what? You haven't seen people wearing hobbies before? Screw off.
And that's basically where you expect to find these kinds of people too, because you got the Nintendo store right there. You got Book Off and Kinokuniya just a few blocks away. That's where you expect the people who like these kinds of things to congregate.
It's just crazy, like how like unless you are living in New York, like it's just like, oh, what is this? Anime? Ew! Like, dude, yeah, piss off. Like, dude, like anime is going so good. You haven't heard Dragon Ball Z? Please, please. If anything else, that first day, thankfully, like when we arrived there, Matt, we're going to just going into the venue itself. Just like thankfully, again, security is kind. I was able to grab my stuff, no problem. Again, if you're heading to if just a general PSA, if you're heading into a Radio City Music Hall, by all means, travel lightly. Do not carry any big bags or like anything like a big poster tube. Sadly, like it's just kind of funny. Like the first day, my personal tube, I actually got through my postal tube, no problem. But the second night, I had to leave it in the entrance before I could check in. Is which really come on, but I get it. Different people, different staff, yada yada.
It's a size thing. It's always security risk. It's like big etc. They got to go through the detector and like bigger bags. Like I would say. If you guys, I'm assuming everyone's been to an airport before, or I've been through airport security at that situation. The machines they have to scan bags of things are designed for luggages. Everyone else doesn't use this, maybe use the same machine brand, but not the same machine size because of space reasons. So that's most likely why they put a limit on size bags. But yeah, also the funny part too was like, I'll get back. One more thing before I get back to those the fake, the tourists, the shoobie, the gawkers. My favorite part about it is like one of them was talking smack, like pointing to the guy. It was pointing to one of the guys in a hoppy shirt. It was the guy wearing the Celica hoppy shirt. He was like, he had like ponytail and mustache. Jokingly, looked like Luigi. He looked like Luigi if Luigi had a ponytail. You know what I'm talking about. So, and the good Luigi, not the Luigi, not the Luigi, not that Luigi, the good Luigi. Okay, the good Luigi. They're both good Luigis, but for this case, you know what I'm talking about. And this guy had a giant Furby. A giant Kirby bag in his bag, a Nintendo bag. He had a Nintendo Switch 2, and he had a whole bunch of the toy peripherals with his daughter mocking anime. I'm like, bro, you have a Nintendo kid. You're mocking me? Okay. All right. I see where you're standing. I hope you burn in hell. Unironically. Like, you're going to mock like that. That's a situation I'm looking at you like, just keep stepping. Mind your damn business. Keep stepping. Okay. Look, if you feel bad that your kid made you buy like $500 worth of Nintendo products, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Okay. I'm here because I enjoy it. All right. But anywho, that's keep stepping. But after we got inside, I want to say that the problem with every concert hall, or I would say any like getting into even movie theater, any premiere stuff, people don't know how to goddamn walk. People don't know how to goddamn walk.
Fair. Yeah.
It's like they're like 5 lines, pick a line. Luckily, the Radio City Hall security lady was like, "Walk down here. It ain't that hard. Just walk." I was like, finally, a fellow New Yorker, my queen. There we go. You get it. It's telling them to walk, but that. Yeah, but once we got in, there were a couple of cool spots that Will and I saw before we went to the show, before we went to our seats. They had like a floral setting. I don't know if it was purchased by fans or Cover Corp or anything, where they had like you could take a photo of the fan of like the flowers and with little letters on it, and they had like the poster. Will could talk about that. Will dragged me quickly through that. He skipped everybody. He jumped over children for those photos. That's probably going to be seeing soon. Yeah. So tell us more about that here.
So I mean, it's not my first time going to Radio City Music Hall. I was there for the Kenshi Yonezu concert like a couple months prior back, and I was like, okay, might as well check out the basement, see what they have. Like, one thing's first, I want to see if they had the merch booth, which generally they usually have, but this time around, Cover Corp did not have a merch booth for this event, which like that was very surprising. And again, GetSelious can more or less explain the details of why that's the case. Again, business talk, yada yada.
Oh yeah. So basically, before we get to merchandising and merch booth is a complicated thing. Basically, if you're selling merch on your property or your land or whatever, it's you to you, like a store. Like if I'm buying from the Hololive store, it's coming directly from the Hololive store. But if I'm buying Hololive products and it was sold on Anime NYC, the Drop-It Center, see that I'm still buying it from Hololive. But in order for Hololive to sell it at the Drop-It Center, they would have to pay a fee of some sorts to allow them to priority sell the stuff they sell on that person's property to you. So if they wanted to sell merch at Radio City Hall, they might have to pay them to run a merch stall to sell their product to you, which they probably did not, as well as there was a bunch of other reasons, like this thing called tariffs.
Yeah, that thing that happened. Yeah, that's why I saw Kenshi Yonezu's. Yeah, when Kenshi Yonezu's merch booth was like, we'll start like, and this was before the whole tariff situation worldwide. So yeah, that definitely was a factor. Plus, again, as well as you said, regarding to the rental space fee and such, I can only imagine how much it was for a Radio City Music Hall. But yeah, that was the reason which I was surprised they did not have a merch booth, but fine. I wanted to get those light pens, but thankfully it saved me $40-$50. So again, blessing in disguise. So yeah, as I brought Matt down to the basement, we saw like all of the signs, the stands for the promo art with the flowers for all Hololive EN members. And as far as I'm concerned, these are set up by the fans themselves. Like I see on the cards regarding to like who it was responsible for like help buying the flowers, like the money of the fans and such. Again, you see Myth, Council Promise, Advent, and Justice like have each one their own separate bouquets. Like I know Raoda has like a very focused one. Like just everyone has their particular flower coordination, decoration with flower arrangements. I mean, again, flower languages.
Yeah, they had various setups. Which I don't know if this was done by fans or by Cover or whoever. But whoever did the floral arrangements them look really, really good. I have to give credit to them. Because of all the colors of the girls they have, from let's be honest, ranging from yellow, brown, purple, pink, blue. They were distinct enough I could tell who this was representing. It was really good. I gotta give credit to that. As well as I think they had a special bouquet. I think there was one for not for Iris. I think they had like I think it was a special. It was for, I think Bales had. I think it was all red. There was one that was all red. I think it was right.
I know Raora definitely had one, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Raora had one. I can't recall this, but yeah, because I remember some of them had singles, but it was really cool seeing that. And I think Will, again, after punching out like 4 anime fans to take those photos, allegedly, I think it was a good experience.
Yeah, it's like apologies if I didn't want to seeing anybody in regard to the like around me, but again, I was just basically trying to get the good shots, all that, just to make sure I have everything and everything. And yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the pics right now. One was definitely focused on Raora Pantera, and yeah, just like make sure again, I want to get the good shots before the whole crowd says it. You know how crowds is in Radio City Music Hall. It's like absolutely nuts, especially when the show is done. You want to take a
No, let's put it this way. So while we were going there were also people who were speed walking, let's say politely running. I'll say that term, politely running as fast or at the same pace as Will to get there. I'll leave it as much because Will's like, we need to go here. Where we're going? I'm like, because the last time I went to Radio City Hall, I kid you not, I think it was like high school when my school took us out on field trips before my teacher realized that these kids are empty-headed morons who don't appreciate art, which is true. We don't appreciate classical art. I appreciate graphic novels. That's a different art. But hey, strip show for different folks. But yeah, so that happened. So it was crazy. It was a fun time though.
Yeah. Just like when we once we got finished up with taking our shots, I was just like. Funny enough, I was like kind of dressed up in a low-key Gojo outfit from My Dress Up Darlings, so I just had my white belt with my jinbei on, and yeah, when we got up to the seats, it's like this is more or less a general message for anyone who is actually trying to go for any concert revenue seats. The mezzanine seats are fine. If you want to like be like right deep into like right in front of the stage, like orchestra seating, and we'll pay the top dollars on that, by all means, more power to you if you have the finances. But mezzanine seats are as long as you can see the stage, then you are fine. As long as no one's blocking you or someone's talking from you. And
you also get to avoid someone if you have audio sensory, you get to avoid some of the screaming aspects of it. I do feel like people are passionate, but again, depending on audio sensories, because it's like, you're positioned in a way, so it's great. Also, I'll be polite. In the mezzanine, there is more chances for you to do some illegal content, which I'm not advertising, but there's less. From day one, I saw less ushers and bellhops willing to walk down those rows to snipe you. Which to this day, not as control. To this day, I still do not understand. To this day, I do not understand why, and I'll read it again, why we don't allow taking photos, not filming, at concerts. I really don't understand it. That part makes literally no sense to me.
Yeah, like I feel like, well, like comparing to Kenshi Yonezu's concert with the All For One concert at Radio City Music Hall, like, yeah, I feel Kenshi Yonezu's concert was highly more secured than the cover court, which is like, it's crazy. Like, I see Kenshi Yonezu's concert, there was like literally staff like walking down the aisles, making sure no one took a shot. Like, it was locked down. Here in Covercourt's All For One concert, I mean, the security was there. Don't get me wrong. Like, there was definitely some people on there, and maybe it was like they taking maybe right at the end of the show, but definitely not during the show. But yes, security was a bit more laxer, I feel like, in for All For One
I think
concert.
it was more lax than. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. It's pretty much that. Like, I feel that the All For One concert was a bit more laxer, and I don't know, maybe the people next to me didn't get the PR statement or whatsoever. I mean, look, I'm all for following the rules. If they don't want photos or videos I can understand, but photos, when you try to see the theater,
that's where I drew the line. Yeah, that's where I drew the line. I think filming videos is a bit spicy too much. But if you wanted to take a photo, I think that's fine. I don't think a photo exposes any, unless this problem, God forbid, these are trained professional, happen. Somebody have an accident where they slip or fall, and then that happens. Which there's some people there who are just there for the suffering, but it's a whole different argument for another time. But yeah, the last one's is Fort Knox. This was not tight as much, but the mezzanine was nice. Really, it was a really cool spot to be in, and I think my favorite part of day one was outside of the songs they sung or whatever. I think outside of the jokingly Ina with the Ami commercial she did. Unbeknownst to her, Ami had to release a statement like, yeah, by the way, some of your orders may not come through because of tariffs, so it's gonna be difficult. See you. I'm like, thanks. No more Ina, Ami, Ina, no more. Rip.
It was just like, yeah, like just kind of the timing of it all. Granted, is like, yeah.
That's like that's seriously. Oh god. Though, but I do stand by this. Ami, if you're listening to this video or anybody, because things are not great in America, I would politely say trade wise, maybe start opening stores and shipments you could put through here. Maybe that could help. I don't know. I think that's the way you're gonna have to do things. That may cost you more money, but I do unironically believe, like America consumes a lot of stuff all the time, every time. I mean, not to blow up Rich or anything. Richard has told me that he almost spent let's say roughly $300 at a keynote at a couple points of his life, and that's just regular stuff. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you say as you're not proud of it. Like, that's right. I threw away my money for anime.
Yeah. Sometimes I just go and look at everything that's like on clearance, and then I just buy them all up. Sometimes the figures, definitely the White Schwartz cards, all of them.
Oh god, didn't Hololive have a White Schwartz collection, or if I remember correctly?
They did. I remember that about a year ago, I was at Kinokuniya and I noticed that all the Hololive cards were 75% off, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'll buy some." I don't know what this is, but I'll buy them because it's 75% off. And then I recently realized that they were on clearance, so that they can get rid of all of them to move into the official Hololive card game. So now I just have those boxes that I bought, even though I had no idea what they were, and they're just sitting in my room now.
Oh, it got you. Oh god, the master of the deal. Oh, the discount. I'm also jokingly assuming that you're aware of the store, Book Off's favorite customer, or Strands. Because God, no joke aside, I love Book Off. I think if you're looking to get into manga and you have a budget and you want to try something, Book Off is a great place. You can find, I kid you not, new volume ones, old series under the current market value. Back in the day, you could buy manga there for about $4. Now you can buy $6 to $8 for a volume, because a normal volume now is like 9 to 13 volumes, 9 to 13, quote unquote, because it's a little bit higher, but like that's the range, like 9 to 16, let's say.
I tried going to Book Off the one in Manhattan yesterday to see if I can find Hololive stuff, but I went a couple days before. They had a sign posted saying that they're going to be closed on the 29th and 30th, which means they should be open on the 31st. I go back on the 31st, and there's another sign saying they're going to be closed on the 31st and 1st. So every time I keep going to Book Off, they keep telling me, no, we're going to be closed another day. So then I had to travel all the way to the one in Brooklyn just to do all of my shopping.
I know. The Manhattan one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So what happens is that, like, I'm not trying to expose the people at Book Off, and I'm not going to say. So the one in Manhattan, when they declare time off, they usually let's say they have like Monday, Tuesday off, right? And let's say they want to take off Wednesday, Thursday off. They would have to wait until management clears it, and then they have to post it up there. They can't just say I'm taking Monday through Thursday off, even though they will be probably off that day. They wait till management clears it. So that's what happened to you. By the time you went there, management probably cleared it like 4 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah, like
basically.
Granted, it was also during that
same
weekend.
Yeah. but in general, though, it's like the mezzanine seats, a really good experience. I got to sort of show. I think Ina opening the show with her song was fantastic. I think people underestimate a lot, like not Ina, but like Ina's actually has strong vocals as a singer. If you heard her original songs, particularly Violet, that's like the first one to make like 5 million. Check that one out. She actually has a strong command for her voice as someone who has such a comfy tone.
Exactly. I'm just going through the set list right now. Like, obviously, you have the All for One song, and then Abin with Genesis, and then Nina Maina is doing the third song with Temati. Like, yeah, like it's just kind of crazy how just all the talents have come a long way. Again, 4 gens of Hololive, and now it's been quite a journey. And now for its third concert.
I think this concert had I think maybe perfected it, or I feel like so in between the song sets and intermissions, and they had small skits. They had little skits. It wasn't
MCs,
the skits. MCs. I'm saying the intermission. The skits this time around wasn't that funny compared to Breaking Dimensions, but it was a nice break of pace though. That's my opinion. But how do you feel that, Will?
Yeah, like I know there are like some meme moments in regards that I'm trying to like recall some of the moments, but yeah, like we're going to hear that Nino my Enos with Paco's Bells, Nerissa Ray Quaff with Rob and Dad, Ori Crony, Iris, and Towa. Like I think the most important, the one that we remember is like
great.
We had a special guest with Towa, Subaru, and then Akai Hato is just like the fact Yamada is teaching Tokomiya Towa, basically saying, well, not the stereotypical. I mean, again, we don't say it here in New York, but again, it's been popularized that all New Yorkers say it like, "Hey, I'm walking here." Like
I'm walking here. They got that. That is a saying from like legit old Queens / Brooklyn old days, and even then it's like 80s, like 70s to 80s things. Like people said back then. Like I would like jokingly that is such an old thing. I think the thing is like it's a cultural thing that's to them it's new because it's like I'm walking over here. Like we haven't said that in like such a long time. People say it, but those are like the older cats are still in the city, and those are from the movies, which means that now people are watching movies from like the 80s and 70s and 80s movies, maybe some 90s movies, and we're here in 2025. We're like, you saying I'm walking over here? Who you like anyway? But like the staring, but it's funny though. She did say it right. It's cool. I appreciate. I'm walking over here. Like, all right, she said it, and we're proud of you. Oh god, I think one of my favorite bits was I'm surprised Gigi didn't say Boat Goes Binted or didn't say my personal favorite is Skibbity Riz. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that did not happen because I don't want the wizardry. I don't think kids are ready for the Skibbity.
No, that's already enough chaos as it is. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. We don't. I think we need to like just like this is not a good idea. Let's not do that.
Just going to continue the set list and from us. All the songs that again with Oricrony, Toll of Gravity, that was an amazing song.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Adventure, just seeing all these songs and like basically trying to remember the moments when they had that.
I think my favorite song of the list was when they had Nerissa kills it. I think Nerissa killed it. I think Elizabeth Bloodflame's solo song was amazing. Oh, I love that one.
Starter. Yeah, everybody loves Starter. Everybody loves Starter.
Yeah, I have to give credit to Elizabeth because if you've seen Elizabeth's streams, and she's a fantastic voice actress. She definitely has a pitch and tone. She's fantastic. Her singing is okay, but like watching from her singing from her karaoke streams, huzzah, we made it. From then to like the show was like massive improvement. She has improved so much. I have to give credit to her. So I'm like, shout out to Elizabeth. I really have proud of you, huzzah. I was blown away by your singing. And also Nerissa, you're just that good. And shout out to unironically best girl in best singer in Hololive, Risu. I'm not saying that. He's not coming back, baby. I lost my collective shit when I saw her sing. I was like, oh my god, it's Risu! Let's go! Yeah, that was really neat.
Yeah, when Nerissa, Elizabeth, and Risu doing Alice and You. Yeah, that was an amazing performance.
That was classic. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah, like it just feels so strange that now it's been a week. Yeah, literally over a week now since the concert happened. It feels it's still leaving an everlasting memory. And the fact that, again, this was like right after the synchronized concert at the Jacob Javits Center, and that was just a preview to the Awful One. I'm like, again, there is the part of me that says like, please bring me back. I want to go back again. And those moments. It's just like, it's just that's how it is. We're going to just leaving an everlasting memory, core memory for anybody who attended. Like, be it if you see the streaming services or were there at Radio City Music Hall, it was just you just had to be there. As I said in the A1 podcast, you just had to be there.
Yeah. And like, I'm gonna pass it to Richard here. And this is probably Richard's first Hololive concert. How did you feel about it? And where were you particularly seated? I think Will mentioned he gave you your seat. So where were you sitting and at the concert?
I was sitting in the orchestra. I think it was like 20 rows back, maybe. And this wasn't just my first Hololive concert. It was basically the first time I've ever heard a Hololive song, period. Like, one of my favorite performers is Pseudo, and they did a song with Maury a couple months ago, and that was the only song
Pseudo,
I've ever heard. That was the only song I've ever heard by any of them until that Sunday. And I was sitting right at the bottom, about 20 rows back. And it was definitely an experience.
So yeah, like I just want to know, regarding to on your point of view. I mean, being as the one who hasn't jumped into the rabbit hole yet, and yeah, again,
I guess I'm too deep in the rabbit hole now. So like yesterday, I was looking for Hololive merch at Book Off in Brooklyn. I couldn't find
you mentioned.
I go to the Bandai Namco store there, and I see the little gachapon things there, and it's like $3 for a token. So it's like, and there were 3 things that had Hololive in it, and one of them I recognized some of the people now. So I was like, okay, $3 is okay. So I spent $6 to buy 2 tokens, and I put the token in. The machine doesn't work, and then you got to read the fine print that says it costs 4 tokens to do 1 spin. So I had to spend another $6 just to buy one, and I got a little like Fubuki charm that I put onto my keychain now. And then I went to Lumius and I bought 6 packs of the Hololive Weiss Schwartz cards, and I pulled a bunch of awesome stuff. So like I'm pretty far into the rabbit hole now. And then I remember for day 2, we got there pretty early, so I was sitting in my seat for like an hour before it started, and I was just texting a friend because I know they're a big fan, so they were kind of teaching me about all the names and the people and the songs. And so by the time the show started, I had a decent understanding of what was going on, how crazy the fans are, etc. And then by the time the show was over, I was like, I guess you could call me a decent sized fan by the time the show was over.
That's cool. That's cool to hear. The thing is, like, so you got Fubuki, that's Holo Gamers, one of my favorite generations, and Fubuki is known for anyone who proposes to you, say, I'm not your wife, I'm your friend. No wife, friend. And also, apparently being a rapper, rapping about hamburgers, and apparently she loves gacha games and corn, but she's also known for apparently dropping bars. I'll show you that meme later, but she can drop bars.
So now I've already made a list of like what my like top 10 songs are from the show. I looked at the set list for day 1. I started listening to all those songs too. So I just compiled a list of what my favorites were. I still don't know how to pronounce any of them or even any of the talent, but like I know what I want to listen to now.
Yeah, and I'm just like looking at the day 2 set list at the moment, and yeah, like if you want to basically get the full experience, obviously you want to go for both days, and yeah, like if I had to go and compare to it, like I gotta give us some like slight look. I love Elizabeth's song of Stellar Start. That by all means, that was definitely a great song in regards. But I also have to go and give props to day 2 set list, because one had one of my favorite songs I've been dying to hear for so long. I mean, one being obviously with Fuamoko with Lifetime Showtime, which that I love Fuamoko, and
that's become one of my favorite songs so far.
and yeah, but for me, I gotta give props to that. I mean, Mori Calliope, like when she sang her medley of "End of Life," "Seeing Stars," and "Dead on Arrival," I was losing it because I love "End of Life," and just how again, I love that. I love the rapping Reaper. So it's just great. Yeah, even on the day two when we got to my seats, like again, the fact. I mean, I'm sorry, going off a bit of tangent, but again, going back to night one a little bit, the fact that Yagoo stopped by and is like, yeah, like if you haven't checked out Twitter, yeah.
Oh God! So if you haven't checked out Twitter or our YouTube channel, we have interviewed Yagoo. Audio petting, of course, that's not on us. That's the area. But you know, when you're in middle and midtown Manhattan, there are cars going by all the time. Every 10 seconds, you'll hear a car, a siren, somebody yelling, and the classic, "I'm walking over here." Once every 4 hours, you might hear, "I'm walking over here." You might hear that once every 4 hours. But yeah, so honestly, though, we actually, myself and Will interviewed Yagoo a couple of weeks ago, and he was in the mezzanine area, him and his entourage of people. So when somebody recognized him, there's this one guy who was actually wearing a Yagoo hoppy.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah."
Banner.
He saw the champion was here. Yagoo. Yagoo was like, "It's time for me to leave." But he did come in during the show. It was really nice to see him. And then he also dipped out when the lights before they came back on. He was a true ninja. I guess we should call him cover's strongest ninja. But it was cool to see him there. Like, so, honestly, real talk. I do like the fact that a lot of people who were there who were seated were either Hololive media, employees, people work there, etc. I'm glad they're able to support the talent as well, like watching them. It was great because it would have been really messed up to be like, "All right, you did your show, I'm gonna go like on my yacht or whatever." But no, that fact that he actually supports the talent makes a big deal, you know.
Yeah. If you haven't already checked out already, like check out. We're going to the Hololive EN's their own YouTube channels. We're going to their experience at New York. Again, they pretty much shared the general consensus. Again, they met Yagoo in the elevator. They just talked about how Yagoo met them before the show. Like, okay, get ready and all that. But in the spirit of here in America and the Hololive EN, it's just like much more like free spirited. Like it was definitely like, this ain't Japan. This is US, and like, okay, we're just gonna go have fun with it, which like it definitely helped with the tension, if anything else. Again, check out like any of the Hollow Ian's talents YouTube channel where they shared their stories of New York and All for One.
Yeah, but, and if you know any special guests, I think somebody has translated Subaru's and Towa's experience in New York. I think Risu also talked about it as well. So if you like, also shout outs to the clip channels and the good translators. I can't believe you translated Choa's stream in less than like 4 hours. Like jokingly 4 hours, but in reality probably 8 plus 10 hours because time difference in Japan versus here. But it's like I saw Toa's stream went up and I was, well, let's be honest, I should have been sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping. Will knows the reason why. So I saw that stream go up. I don't like, again, Japanese talent watching in their native language. If you know how to speak understandable, there are some people in a couple of people's chats that provide translations or they use AI translations, something like that. I forget what it's called. I think K-Song used something like that a while back where she used translations for her streams, but it is what it is. But then, like, I kid you not, within 4 hours, well, I slept for like 4 hours. I woke up and then I saw the translations for that bit of her talking about her experience in New York. So shout out to the clippers and translators for that. That was a speedy work. So yeah, if you want to check out anyone's who was at All for One concert, they have their perspective up. You can watch the actual streams. You may find a clip of it, so enjoy. It's there. You can see how they felt about it.
So yeah, definitely check it out. And now just like going back into night number 2, yeah, just again with all the songs that comprise again, Start Again, Do You from Oral Crony, again, Lifetime Showtime, and of course naturally my things with End of Life, Seeing Stars, and all that, including like the penultimate song with Mori Calliope and Tokyo Matoa of Queen of the Night. That song was just like, yeah, it really struck, if anything else. And yeah, Richard, I guess more on your point of view. It's like when during the second night again, like just wrap it before the event's over, like how was it like just being right in that mosh pit? Because like during that second night, I know like that Mori Calliope and Takanashi Kira basically kissed on camera and everyone was losing their collective shits and their such. And yeah, like just how is it just like being right in that mosh pit?
Well, so when you were upstairs, what were you all seated while watching, or were you standing?
No, we were seated. Also, I was seated as a mezzanine seat. So like it was. I was like one row behind the balcony, like what compared to like what Matt and I said before. But yeah, we were still seating. Yes, it was still
Okay,
seating.
well,
I know I know in the orchestra, like everyone's more or less up in their face. You can't really see anything unless you're not sitting. Yeah.
yeah, for the orchestra, everybody was standing. Like when they did those intermissions, those were the only time people would sit down and then like be on their phone or just take a breather. During the songs, if you weren't standing, you wouldn't see anything. Like it was crazy. And then back then, you have the whole rows of people moving the light sticks. That was just insane. Watching a couple thousand people be synchronized with their, with the lights, and they're singing along. I mentioned this once. I mentioned this in the podcast. I was shocked that for the All for One song, how it came out like a week before and everyone knew how to sing along. They knew the words by heart. It blew my mind. And then
Yeah.
just watching the visuals and the technology, it was insane.
It was definitely a lot to experience. Granted, like even with like the whole light shows, like I know you said you got literally blinded by the spotlights and such, like they even not lasers, but definitely a lot of light works
Yeah,
involved.
there was some of the songs that the lights were like, and I'm blind now. It's over. I will not see the future. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, for night 2, that second song, the lasers were going overtime.
Right.
That was the most intense laser show I've ever seen. It was crazy.
yeah, and it's just there really is no other word to describe All for One, like or any concert venue for what that matter. Like, if you ever had like this is just general speak, but if you ever had a chance to go into any of these concerts, Radio City Music Hall, or any concert venues, whatsoever it may be, like you just have to be there. Like, look, I can't imagine how it is with Taylor Swift concerts, or I don't know, Burning Man, or whatever like musical venues you probably see out there. But it is just that you just have to be there, regarding to like just a sense of community. If you're a newbie or a long time fan, or like here with this new wave being VTubers and just the idol culture of such. I mean, heck, look at K-pop Demon Hunters. We're getting into that point now, and
bro, the fact that K-pop Demon Hunter blew up as a Netflix series, it blew up on the internet, and then the theater presentations blew up, and then they had to make a second theater, like a theater version with a sing along. I'm like, look, when you're on that wave, you get to see it. Like being on that wave is crazy.
Man, I still haven't been able to see that.
It's a good series. I'm not even gonna try. Like it is actually is good. The hype is good. It's a good animation movie.
My crippling merchandise addictions doesn't allow me to pay for Netflix with all the figures and stuff I buy.
Oh God, I would add you to my Netflix account if you're willing to pay a small fee of $19.99 and a crate of liquid death every day. Jokingly, but yeah, jokingly.
Yeah, and so yeah, just basically going to all that like the fandoms, whatever you may be, K-pop Demon Hunters, Taylor Swift, or heck, here in Cover Club of All for One. It's just just to see like the fandom just be all together again. You see, you too, you've seen the hobbies, you've seen the light pens, you see the watoges, like just to synchronize like how everyone is like you have a particular moment where you want to be, like which song is your favorite song, which one's your favorite idol, your favorite talent, whatever it is. Like you just can't have a few like very I mean, pardon the pun, all for one or one for all in a sense. Just be part of that community, which that is more or less what they were trying to go for with with the concert name of All for One, just being total synchronized. And yeah, I mean, look, I'm not, I can't watch every single time because again, we only have so much time in the attention span. So I mostly focus on the Tatini and Raul Pantera, but everyone else, I could definitely give respect to, just because of like, yeah, there's so much passion. And again, the fact that freaking Subaru Crazy Ali was there, like that's already like enough said. It's just enough said. You just sit there, enjoy the music, enjoy the fun times, like see what resonates, what does it, and then just and enjoy the experience. Like if it's yes, the tickets are expensive, $180 for orchestra seats, and thankfully there wasn't many people scalping with over $222 last I checked on Ticketmaster. But yeah, if you have a chance to, even if you were even gifted the ticket by a very kind, generous fan, then by all means check out. You never know if something could resonate with you, which I was very happy that weekend.
Yeah, I stand by this in a very serious way. Like, I recommend anybody, if you're a fan of music from your favorite band or your favorite, in this case, anime group, Hololive, or video games, I recommend you like try to make an effort to go to a live venue concert with them. Like, it's still one of my bucket list goals in my life to go to a Final Fantasy concert or go to Final Fantasy Fan Fest for 14 because I'm a Final Fantasy enjoyer. So I would love to go there. And I think it'd be really fun. And I want to experience that. So I recommend, if you guys haven't heard, if you want to listen to us talk about All for One Hololive, check this out as well. If they have a next concert, I think they do. I think it seems like the play is now this has been their third English concert. They do 2 concerts a year. Like I think they do 2 concerts a year. I think they do one on the West Coast and one here, I believe now.
Something like that. I know.
Something
Again,
like that.
recently
Yeah.
being
Oh well,
announced
let
that
me
they
be
would
specific. They do two.
highlight
They do 2
ID.
shows. ID, yeah, ID concerts coming up soon. That'd be great. But specifically, they do 2 concerts or 2 shows a year. So, you know, if you have a chance to come up with one, please take the time to come out. It's worth it. It's worth the trip. It's worth the experience. It's definitely worth it. Obviously, you could also enjoy the show watching it live through a stream, but being in person is where it's at. Like, like the old saying go, rest in peace, Stan Lee. You know, digital comics are great and all, but touching a book, that's what it real is. Like, it's like touching, the proverbial quote unquote term I can't say good is demonetized. So, So I
Exactly.
recommend that. Exactly. I recommend it. Being in person is a very, like, yes, you can experience it through digital and that's okay. But I recommend, if you have a chance, come down when they do the next show in person, come out to a convention, or hopefully if God decides to bless us, jokingly, if we ever get Holofest in America, I know I'm showing up. No questions asked.
Oh, for sure. Like if they decide to bring Holofest to America here on the stateside, like Max Kim, please make that a reality. Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. If you
But
if you do that, you'll be legitimately the GOAT.
but yeah, like exactly that, man. It's just all for one. I mean, just to see just again how much the cover corp has grown over the years since COVID, and like now with 4 waves of Hollow EN members, with Justice and crew, everybody, and yeah, basically how much has changed over the years. Yeah, I mean, in retrospective, like I feel that again we have come such a long way, but now like it has become such a culture phenomenon. The best way I can describe it is just
Yeah.
really something like just amazing. Again, remember the whole times when the whole anime and manga thing was such a niche target back in the early 1990s, and now bam, it's a worldwide industry. To the
Yeah,
point.
it's we're the goat now. It's just crazy. Like a whole lot, like, oh, VTuber, during COVID or pre-COVID, oh, it's a flash in the pan. It's a gimmick, whatever. But here we are, full-fledged VTubing. Tons and tons of variety for everybody of whatever content you like. Big corporations, they will male and female VTubers, everything between. We have sponsor, independent. We have indie, corpo, people holding our music. It's such a cultural phenomenon now. Like, I think I forgot to mention this on the A1 podcast. So there's an independent VTuber I follow. His name is Randon Nurik. He's a orc VTuber, and I found somebody at New York Comic Con, Anime NYC, who cosplayed him, and it was cool meeting him. The fact that I was able to find my small niche VTuber cosplay, like, as a fan of them at a convention, shows how big you are. Like this, you'll be able to find it. It's no longer some kind of like, oh, there's no, like, I would say, like, like there's only Dragon Ball Z and everything else. Oh, there's VTuber for everybody and everything, communities, all that jazz. And I only see the sky going up from here, especially for cover. If this show is anything, I think there's bigger plans for in the future, and look forward to see it. And also Hollow ID concert. So as an ID fan, I'm great. So let's go.
So yeah, like again, the Hololive ID is already sold out. Last I checked, since when it went live, like I believe a few days ago. So support is high, and I'm just hoping to see what is next for Cover Corp. Again, All for One was definitely amazing. Breaking the Mentions was amazing. All for One is amazing. I couldn't imagine what other the concerts they'll be having in the future. Um, what will be the theme? What will be their plan? Of course, we still have like 1 year afterwards. I mean, once they hopefully come back again for Anime NYC next year, and I don't know, like if they decide to bring back the Radio City Music Hall again, I wouldn't mind that. It is much more closer to Jap Center compared to the King's Theater.
I
in
think
Brooklyn.
I think Radio City Hall was a way better venue than the last one, King's Theater. I think they were just much more prepared for it. So I think I preferred that. Just look, I don't care what anybody says. When I don't have a headache when I get to go in, that's step one. Two, King's Theater is in a neighborhood where I frequently live in. If you guys don't know, I'm Caribbean, and you hold your concert the same week where a carnival, aka Caribbean Festival, is about to happen. So we have people cooking out in the street. It's already hot, a whole thing. So it's like, I don't think it's a good idea. Like I'm pretty sure Cover was probably not aware because a local thing. It's a local thing. Like in Will's neighborhood, I want to say like sometime in May and late March, you guys have sometimes a parade, or occasionally you guys do a walk. The big walk I would see that goes from all the way to the end of like I forgot the neighborhood. You don't talk about though, right? That big walk you guys do slash parade thing.
I think it's been a while.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. I forgot. Yeah, like if you plan a concert or a show during that time, that's gonna be terrible for everybody because you're kind of obfuscating a group of people doing stuff, and you obfuscate as well as like it's gonna be uncomfortable for people trying to get there. So King's Theater at that time period, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not because of the neighborhood or anything, because I'm from there. It's a good neighborhood. There's a thing going on there. There's a whole thing going on there, and when cooking outside, it actually makes the area hotter. Okay, grilling is great, but imagine grilling on a somewhat sidewalk populated area, and everyone's just walking by, feeling the heat of the meat, vegetables, whatever you're cooking, and smacking it in the face while it's already hot. Plus ratio.
Yeah. So yeah, here's hoping that then, like as we head into 2026 in the next few months, like as Cover Corp continues to grow, yeah, like here's hoping we can definitely see more of what they can do next in regards. I mean, like I'm expecting another concert here in America once again. I mean, unless they do one in LA or California, like look, I'm not traveling all the way there. But if they decide to bring it back here to New York again, by all means.
Yeah, I think my personal opinion is that like because America is huge, I think it would be preferable for their business to have a show in LA and a show in New York, but it would be bad if they were both the same shows. If you get what I'm saying, right? You gotta make a different experience for each of the people. I mean, let's put it this way. I think it would be weird if somebody went to the LA show and had the exact same output as a show happening in the East Coast. Like you gotta have some variation. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. Not like, oh, they're saying the same 10 songs. No, I'm talking about variation. That's about it. But yeah, I think if they decide to do a West Coast show, if I had money, I would fly out to it. But then I would have to be, like those music people. Like there's people who like camp out for like music or like make a whole weekend for a music festival kind of stuff. That's hard work. And I don't I can't do that. I don't recommend it, but it's crazy. But yeah, man, all for One concert was really enjoyable. I love the music. I love the community there. It was great to see several talents there. Seeing Subaru got me hype. Elizabeth, my favorite singers of the show was Elizabeth, Narissa, Risu, and yeah, Elizabeth and well, Subaru was singing about how to make a hot dog. So I gotta give Subaru.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess like just for wrapping it up for the most part, like personally for me, again, I gotta give props to. I said it before. I love Mori Calliope's again, End of Life. I love Grow Up and That. I'm a fellow Chatino, and again, Elizabeth Rose Blood Flame with Stellar Star. By all means, that's just an absolute killer of a hit. And just everybody. If anything else, like Crazy Ollie, Gigi, Crony, Ina, just overall, yeah. No matter what kind of your favorite Ochis are, then by all means, you just have one for time. And Richard, like who for that one night, who are your favorite artists aside from like the one you got from that Fubuki Gotcha?
Okay, so during day 2 when Bales was doing how do you pronounce the song that she did?
During Hako's Bells, during her set list, that's La Roja. Yes, La Roja.
Yeah, that one. So I liked that song, but then I was just sitting there watching. I was like, "Oh, this is my favorite dance performance so far." So I really I really liked the song, and I thought that she was great as a performer too. So then I ended up just watching a lot of her stuff afterwards. Also, I also loved Lifetime Showtime.
From Fuomoko,
I love Start Again. I love the one that Gigi and Narissa did towards the end. I like that one a lot.
I think it's 3. Yeah, 3, I believe the song's called. Yeah.
And I think I really liked High Tide. And for day 2, that's about it. Those are some of the ones that I loved the most. And then I started listening to some of, going back, since I got the Fubuki keychain, I was like, I don't know who this is. Let me do some research. And then I started liking some of her songs too. And then I went back to, day 1 to look over stuff. And I was like, I like Belle's other song, like RXRXR. I like that one a lot.
I think you also told me off the camera that you also like the twins, you like Full Moko as well.
Yeah. Lifetime Showtime. Yeah.
I loved Lifetime Showtime. The friend who was teaching me was like, "Why do you like them?" I was like, and I couldn't even answer. Like, I just really like the song and the song itself. Like, I listened to it at the show. I listened to it twice on like YouTube, and then it was like that 4th time that I listened to it. I was like, what are the lyrics? They're in English, but I don't understand what's being said because I was just listening to the music itself and the fun that they're having in performing. And then I went back and I listened to like 2 of their other songs, and I love them so much. This is probably a very hot take, but I was on Mori's songs.
For
fair.
The hip hop elements or like the singing ones, because she does kind of both.
I think I like the hip hop rap stuff more than just her regular stuff, and I guess the ones that she does in Japanese, I like that way more than her English stuff.
You know what's really funny is that so this is a true story. So Mori, she's a great person. She's really into hip hop. I talked to her I didn't talk to her, but on her streams, like one time she was talking about rap and she was asking chat was her favorite artist, and I was like, they were saying the classic stuff like Nas or Wu-Tang, and I was like, because she highlighted me. She's like, I said, you like Young Lean? I love Young Lean. I'm like, that's how I know. Type in Young Lean Ginseng. That song is lit, but it's like I could tell that she has a good taste in about what she likes, and over time she has concerns and worries about like hip hop, like not making hip hop popular or being in that system. Which is like, I wonder if people really like that style of music I do, and it makes me smile a bit. Like, you like the hip hop and the J rap stuff a lot more than her somewhat idle singing songs. And I too as well, because I'm a hip hop guy. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that. Like that's good to hear. Like, so Callie, if you listen to this, people do like the hip hop. Please rap it. Drop the beats. Drop the and get Metro Boomin on your track. Just kidding. If you know who the Metro Boomin is, he's the guy he's famous for making the drum beats. Basically, he goes he's known for making drum loops, really really good drum loops. So just get Metro Boomin on it, and it's in his name, just Boomin. So yeah.
Done it. So yeah, that's exactly that, man. Exactly that. I'm either way.
I'm honestly even surprised that I liked some of the English stuff they did because historically I don't like English music at all. Like,
All right, fair.
in the past
Fair.
in the past 5 years, I've listened to Big Time Rush, Imagine Dragons, and Amelie, and that's the only English music I've listened to. Period. In 5 years, everything else was like the 1,000 Japanese song playlist that I have on Spotify. So like
Wow.
when the two of us were walking towards the thing on day 2, I look up and I see the title Hololive English, and I was kind of disappointed when I saw English in the title, because I was like,
Wow, that's
I don't like
spicy.
English, because I was like, I don't like English music. So when I saw English in the title, I was like, oh, this is a letdown. And then I really liked the English stuff that they were doing.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's terrible, my guy. But also, you heard Imagine Dragons, who I have a deep dislike of that band. I think they're think of them as all the reasons you may hate God, not Foo Fighters, Nickelback. Those apply that to Imagine Dragons. Okay, that's how I feel. I don't hate Nickelback because of they're a bad band. I don't hate them because of their music. I hate them because they were everywhere and shoved them out there everywhere. And I feel the same way about Imagine Dragons. Like, please go away. I do not want you in my music. Please stop.
I feel like for me, I don't like English. I feel like English music in general is usually just boring. Like with Japanese music, it's a lot more fun. There's more emphasis on like screaming and the instruments themselves than like people singing about their feelings.
I mean, unironically, I feel like it's because you have a small sample size for music, and I could probably introduce you bands that hit that kind of like tempo. Besides Tool, of course, because Josh would shoot me if I don't say tell him about Tool, the greatest band of all time, which they are one of the greatest bands of all time. It's not even like it's not even like an argument there. But no, it's probably a small sample size. But I feel like when it comes to Japanese music, and I listen to a lot from jazzu to their version of hip hop to city pop, which is one of my favorite genres, or that style of soul music. It's more like how they do it. I feel like this is my honest opinion. When it comes to Japanese music, and when they get from other styles of the people, they're really, really good at using emulation very well, putting spins on it. Like, for example, if you ever heard Jazzu, or if you ever heard Fantasy by Mayukyo Nakahara, you could notice a lot of other like soul elements in there. They just do it really well. How to put this? Sometimes a good music isn't based on how original it is in time. It's based on execution. I think in Japanese, regardless how you feel about, you can make the originality argument. I don't care about that. Their execution is top notch when it comes to a lot of their musical acts, especially when it comes to especially if you're a fan of a certain genre. Like, their execution is very, very good. A lot of the Asian music are that way. I can say the same thing about Korean hip hop, or unironically even elements of K-pop. Drive to 1980 by Jane Pop is an excellent song. It's very city pop-esque, but the execution is excellent. So again, this is me yapping about music. I'll get off my soapbox here. Listen to more music, you'll have a better life. That's what I would stand by. And give Yoshi P your money by playing Final Fantasy 14. Joke. But overall, though, I think we all had a good time at All for One concert. We're looking forward to a next one. If they have more location music, I would look forward to it. What I hope for next year, me personally, is that they sell the set list if they make a merchant booth stand, and obviously the controller, you don't want people buying multiple items, one per person. I'm sorry. We saw what happened at HoloFest when people bought all the food just because they have no limits. We saw that, right? Well, remember the news coverage from False ID? It was a HoloFest, like the first one, and they had like specialty made meals. And
and they waste food. Yeah, they just waste food.
Yeah, they waste food. Yeah, exactly. So like, you had to put limits. So obviously limits. If they had a concession stand, I would kill for them to sell like USB drives or CDs of like greatest hits, or the set list, or even of certain songs like to hear. Like, I would love to hear this, and I hope Cover listen to me. I would love a best of city pop collection, because I mentioned I love city pop, by various girls of Hololive, put into a CD, maybe like between 12 to 16 tracks, and I'll give you like $20 for it. I'll put it in a USB drive. I'll put it down there, or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think so honestly, for next, if they come back to Radio City Hall next year, they come back to New York, wherever venue location they have, I would love for them to sell merch, but sell music merch as well. I would love to buy and own the music, because I think, again, all of us here are fans of the songs, we're fan of their work, and I think it'd be really cool to have a memorabilia of the music of the set list. It'd be cool, or the program card, or even. I think we saw, like, you, Richard, and Will. We both saw, like, on the screen they were showcasing like all the fan cards that was sent to them as signature. I would love to buy that or own that, so I can look through all the fans and what they said to the talents. That'd be really nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like literally like a physical message board. Like, yes, you can buy the message board to write a post for the content, but yeah, actually having it physically wise, then yeah, that's all would be also an option. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Those are my takes of Hololive All for One, and the floor is open to you guys. What do you guys will want from a concert? What do you think they can improve on, or like, what do you generally feel about the concert? It's like, etc. So go.
I mean, for me, like, again, this is not our first rodeo, Matt. Yeah, just like regarding to like the concert revenues and such, it's like, yeah, just obviously keep it organized. The Music Hall was definitely much more organized, and again, security top notch. I gotta give props to the security team. Again, security lady, you're awesome. Yeah. I mean, I would also like to have a merch booth at least, because again, we've seen how crazy merch booths can get, and the lines, like, yeah, that'd be just another fire hazard, which can't do that really here. But if they do decide to do another merch booth, a merch booth again, then yeah, just keep as such, and of course, naturally have a decent supply stock before they sell out, because again, this is how live people is gonna sell it out eventually. And I guess if anything else, I just kind of want like I don't know, clarify for PR people, like if photos is okay, because again, that whole issue debate, like, can we just take one photo? Like, I mean,
Actually,
yes,
no,
pre-show and after show.
No, actually, I got a good idea for it. Will, it just came to my head. For media, right? For us, because we're media, I'm very Pacific. What if they gave us like stock footage or photos they took ahead of time and sent it to us so we can use for our podcasts, videos, etc., things like that? I think it'd be a lot better idea.
Yeah,
for media
exactly
purposes.
that. Yeah,
that'd be great. I think because it's not like, we want to expose the show for free. We want to take away their money. We're actually anti-cover. We hate Yagoo. He's worst girl. We're not on that train. Though, I think it was pretty funny that one guy that I mentioned earlier, he had a Yagoo hoppy. I didn't even know they had hoppies of Yagoo. Respect to my homie right there. That dedication to the best girl,
Yeah, but aside from that, funny, like, those, like, again, mine is just more or less like nitpicks, if anything else. I'm just hoping, like, one, obviously continue things with the organization, keep our fairly on the tight leash, just ease up on just like make things as organized as best you can. I mean, if they continue to improve what they did with All for One, then yeah, that's pretty much it. I really have no major complaints aside from like that one moment of security. But again, that's security. I can forgive that.
So, Richard, do you have any takes, any improvement takes, or how you just feel work with the concert? I guess let's take your final thoughts.
I think setting up a merch booth would be great, but I also would love to see them do their own pop-up shop like before a concert. Like, I know they've done one or two in Tokyo this year, and when I mentioned I love Big Time Rush, when they came back to do like a reunion right before their first concert back, they rented out a little storefront in Manhattan to have a meet and greet in a store the day before, and like 500 people got on the line. I know it's going to be super expensive to like have them set up a merch booth, but I think it might actually be cheaper to just rent out like a little storefront for a couple hours and just have people coming there for that day or 2 days, and I think that would be amazing.
That's like actually a cool idea. That's actually up above that, so they can take space. The only thing is obviously security, regulation, and again, I don't want people to legitimately go like, I don't even care about scalpers. It's like, I'm like, thank you for buying all the Jailbird t-shirts. I cannot buy a Jailbird t-shirt, which By the way, that's what I forgot to buy. I forgot to buy a Jailbird T-shirt at OmoCap this year, and that's what I forgot. I knew I forgot something, but I saved money because I have rent to pay, which everyone knows. If you don't pay rent, your landlord will break your legs. Figuratively. It's actually literal sometimes, depending who your landlord is.
Especially in New York.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you're not walking over here anymore if you don't pay your rent. That's all I gotta say. You're not walking anymore.
Nah. So yeah, like I know.
Oh no, that's a really good idea, Richard. I didn't think of it that like a pop-up store, obviously with controlled environment, etc. But I definitely like that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, because like when you're renting out a little extra space to do that at the, say, Radio City Music Hall, that's a prime spot. So that's obviously going to be more expensive, like just to get your stuff there. But if they do their own independent pop-up shop, they could put it really. It doesn't even have to be near where the concert is. They could just set up something a mile away where it's much cheaper. A couple days before the concert, people could just go there, buy their stuff a couple days before, bring that to the concert later. You have more freedom there than if they have the booth at the venue.
True.
True. That's a lot better. And they could, as you said earlier, maybe have like hourly or depending meet and greets there. Be like, hey, you can meet Raul Panthora here from like 1 to 3, or et cetera. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Or, Yagoo Best Girl would bag your items for you. Like, people would pay for that. Not gonna lie, people actually think would pay.
Yes.
Yeah, if Spirit Halloween can do this every year, Hololive can do it for a couple days.
Yeah, though, man, no offense for those who know New York, it's insane how the Spirit Halloween stores are still in business to this day. It's crazy. You would think they'll go out of business because of like Halloween and costume parties aren't super profitable in my opinion. But I'm looking like, bro, you guys are making bank. Let's go. I'm surprised. Shout out to small businesses. So yeah. But anywho, that's enough ranting on that. So I think we've been here for a while, gentlemen. I think we all enjoyed All for One. It was a fun experience. We recommend you guys come out to any Hololive concert or anything you're a fan of. Again, the old Stanley phrase, which I'm just paraphrasing. You can see it digitally. It's great and all, but being there in person, that's a real experience. You got to feel that. That's something you got to feel. Also, Will, I, and Rich had to buy some hoppies, so that's why we also end this video short. So we hope to see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Outerhaven YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Let us know what's your favorite moment of the All for One concert or your favorite Hololive talent. So yeah, we hope to see you guys in the next one. So this is GetSelious. This is Will and Richard signing out, and we'll see you guys all in the next one.